Hello and welcome to the April update for the Lego City of Brixton Valley. I have been pretty busy over the past month. I've been getting the modulars all in shape and also the road plates. Finally actually got something that almost vaguely resembles a city now, which is really exciting. Just a matter of me finding the time to carry on working with it. There's still a few bits and pieces missing that I'm waiting for orders for, and also obviously I'm still going with bits and pieces, so it's all still very much a work in progress, but there's a quick overview and I'll show you a few of the details and where I'm planning on going with it all. So you may remember in the last update I was talking about redoing the mountain a little bit. I've managed to do that. It's a lot sturdier now, less likely to break, which wasn't too much of an issue because I rarely move it, but I just wanted it to be nice and sturdy. I also originally had it the same, a 1x2 on both sides, but when I tried to run my Horizon Express through, the nose kept on catching on the 1x2x5, so I've changed that now to just a single brick there, so the nose doesn't hit it on its way through, which is a lot better. Obviously I'd like the Horizon Express to be able to go through there. And then over this side I've also done the haunted house. I'll show you that a little bit more detail when I get over to that side. At the moment I'm in the process of doing some more tiling on the Market Street. I want to tile all the way back there, so there'll be a little mini market down this end of the street. It just sort of rounds out the corner pretty well, I thought. Sometimes corners can be a little bit boring, hence why I built the mountain as well in the first place. It gives a nice little touch to the corner. I've also got around 200 of these fence elements coming, so that's going to carry on all the way down the track and probably over the other side of the layout as well. That will be the common fence that's used to separate the railway from the road. And I'm also waiting on these two elements. I've got to pick a brick order, so that's the standard grill piece that comes with the modulars, and then these guys, the jumper plates, which I don't have one handy, but they're where I put my little parking meters. I'll get one to show you. So you can see it looks like one of the old school parking meters, just a little design, so each little parking spot will have its own parking meter. So I've got quite a lot of these elements to make them, but yeah, just waiting on the tiles and jumper plates for these sections. As you can see, most of the other bits of road all have them already, some of them are missing. So yeah, I'm still got a little bit to go in regards to some of those bits and pieces, but I've got sort of the main setup done. I'm still pondering things out and trying to figure out the best way everything fits. The design of the layout is important, but also having these buildings facing the other way is a bit annoying. Some of my favourite sets, like the Parisian restaurant, are facing the wrong way, which I don't particularly like, because obviously you can't see them very well, but I'm still sort of trying to think of a better way to do it. There's never really a good way to do it when you want to have the modulars doubled up like this, but yeah, like I said, it's still a work in progress, so I will carry on mulling it out in my brain and see what I can come up with. And so I'm slowly but surely building more tables. So I've got one little one here. I've started well, I put the wood outside to start doing the second one that will go in there. But once again, I've sort of realised that I need to finish off what's happening back here before I block myself in too much, which is a little bit annoying because I'd like to have everything laid out before I started to put minifigs and vehicles and stuff in, but it doesn't look like that's going to work too well. Obviously each building isn't perfectly sat on a table, therefore if I move one table it's likely that some of the buildings will fall down, which obviously I don't want. So yeah, it's just a matter of trying to think ahead and figure out what needs to be done toward the back so that I can then plan out the rest and go from there. But you can see obviously there's one main road that's along the back, and that will turn the corner here, and then that will turn another corner here and go along the front, and obviously there won't be a shuttle launch in the middle of everything, but the second road will be parallel to that, and then the train will run all the way on the outside. Planning on putting the modification to this train station in that side over there on the left. So this road will probably turn in this way and then back down this way, which will form a block with this road that runs down the centre. So yeah, that's the basic road layout I'm probably going to have, but again, it's all a work in progress. I'm just playing it a little bit by ear, figure out what works best. Given that I have a building table over there, which I have, by the way, got a lot more of these blue guys, so I've got little labels as well which are going to go onto there. I'm really liking how that's looking and turned out so far. So yeah, probably want to run tables all the way along this wall first before I expand too far out into the middle, so that I keep the building table there as a obviously something longer term. So I mentioned the haunted house. I have put it back to its original form. It is a fantastic set, so I was quite happy to have it back to how it was. So the idea is I want to make this all pavement and then have a really spooky sort of garden, and then have a lot of the monster series collectible minifigures in that garden as much as I can. And then back here I was planning on putting a little laneway there that was going to be really spooky because it's got the cemetery on one side from my mock church and then the haunted house on the other, but it just doesn't look as enclosed as I was hoping it would be. So I've got to have a little bit more of a play with that. I might even just put the haunted house back on a square angle so that it's sort of encloses the alley a little bit more. Maybe move the cemetery around so the trees are overlapping the alley as well, and just try and make it a little bit more spooky down there, and that can then carry on the spookiness with the monsters collectible minifigures. But yeah, that's once again everything is a work in progress, so I'll see how that turns out and how well it looks, and if it looks good I'll keep it. If not, I can obviously change it. And for those of you who haven't seen the mock video, this is my modular church. Do check out the video. I'll put it in the cards and the link also in the description. It's over 7,000 pieces, full on little bits of stained glass there. When the light is inside, which I've done in the video, it looks pretty cool. So yeah, it's worth checking that out if you haven't seen that one already. I do have another modular mock on its way, which I'm currently collecting bricks for. I've made one order through Bricklink, and then a Bricks and Pieces and pick a brick order through lego.com, but it probably will be another couple of months before that one's sort of ready to go. So I've sort of got a plan for that in the planning of the town, but then not sort of be banking on that I'm going to have it. You probably noticed as well in the last video I did mention I have a second brick bank. I have built the first one, which is a fantastic build. I highly recommend anyone who's on the fence. It's a great looking building and a really good actual build. So I do have the second one, so I'm trying to decide whether to make a straight 32 by 32 brick bank and a 16 by 32 laundry, or whether to do sort of second stories on the bank and the laundry building. I'm not too sure which way I want to go yet, so I'll probably have a look online and see if other people have done what other people have done and see what looks best for me, and take it from there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this month. It's amazing how fast these modulars use up the space that I have available, as usual, and I'm sure there's many of you out there who will have experienced this as well. You just can never have enough room. When you think you've got a large amount of room, it gets used up super fast, because not only do I have all of these modulars, but there's also a lot of the older classic sets that I would like to fit in, like the police station here, which, you know, and then there's houses and the beachfront and the train yard and the airport, all of this stuff that all takes up so much room, so it's really difficult to really get a good idea of how much space you're going to have, and then, you know, organizing everything around that space can be a little bit tricky. So I just got to keep plugging away, and hopefully things will start to come together. Obviously it's so much better in this room than it was down below. As much as that gave me a good start to the city, I think this is a much nicer space, and I can, you know, have a lot more room here for display purposes. So that's about it for this video. One last look down the main street there, and thank you for watching, and I will look forward to seeing you again in May. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe for other city updates and the next one coming in May, and of course head over to the channel to check out the other videos that I've made, not only of my mocks like the City Bank here, but also of the previous layouts that Brixton Valley has been in. And of course you can head to my website www.brixtonvalleylego.com. Also I have a Flickr account which has pictures of mocks and so on, so I'll put links to that below, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.